Hello, and welcome to the Denver MuleSoft Meetup, hosted by your data agility champions at Big Compass. During our session today, we'll be covering how to best use Anypoint Monitoring for your Anypoint platform in MuleSoft.
Let's get started. So, why monitoring? Why monitoring plays a big and important role in our APIs, or every company use monitoring tools. Why monitoring? What does it give us? It actually tells you uh, how to see what is going wrong, and then it helps you in many ways. You can see what is happening, and then you can also figure out when the error can happen, and then or something can go down, and then mitigate all of that risk. So reduce mean time to identification. That is one of the value adds which any point monitoring would bring, and ensure high performance by doing some API functional monitoring. And then we also have a tool for a visualizer. This will help you in many different ways. One is while you are building your APIs, you can look at what APIs are getting built, and then whether do I need a architecturally also look at the significance of introducing a process layer versus not introducing a process layer, and then or also use an existing API versus writing a new API, and all of that good stuff. That's it. Let's talk about Anypoint Visualizer. Okay. Um, Used for different aspects of your application network graph. um, Graphs can be used to explore your application network, just what I mentioned. And then it also gives you real-time representation of your APIs, mule applications that are running and are discoverable. Okay, it helps you. It has variety of use cases it solves. You can do an architectural review, you can do the troubleshooting, and also do policy compliance. So this is how your application network will look like, and it will tell you which this is your architecture view on the left hand side, and then this is your troubleshooting view on the in the middle, and then you also have how you can look at your policies, what policies have been applied, and things like that. And then discussing current design state, and then identifying redundant connections, and then define and visualize implementing API-led connectivity, and then visualizing in-flight development impact to your architecture. What if I introduce a new service, new API here, and then will it be performance efficient, or will is it a useless API? Why am I introducing here? Those are kind of insights you can get with respect to your in-flight development and its impact to the architecture. Reducing time for production issue identification. You, by looking at the graph, you will know where which API is down, and then how what and then you can quickly go to navigate to that API, and then look at that deployment, what was going wrong there, and then things like that. And then also making sure you are applying related the correct policies on those APIs to work efficiently. And these are different things you can do on your different kinds of visualizations you can do. You can see what are your inbound connections. You can also look at what your average response time is, and you can look at your average throughput, errors, and average CPU utilization, and then average memory utilization. So this is how you can see where your errors are in your application network graph. And this will tell you which APIs are errored out, and then you can easily go and figure out what is happening there. And then this is how it looks like when you actually look at different policies applied on different APIs. And these are different policies listed on the left hand side, and then you can view on right hand side, like once I click client ID enforcement, it is a policy which we apply across all our APIs, doesn't matter which layer it lies in. And then we may apply some IP whitelist policies to allow traffic into only reasonable traffic to hit, or like the known clients to hit our system APIs and things like that. And then some recommendations here. You create layers and tag them with the names like you easily identify. Layers traditionally align to your API-led model. Um, tags form grouping of services. Nodes can have multiple tags attached to it, and then display name provides a human readable title to that particular node. And then you can automate your CI/CD pipelines by putting these parameters. And you can create and share views encapsulating needs of personas, where you can do holistic projects or environments and departments, like because when you go to a large customer, like they probably may be implementing it in multiple departments. So those are some of the recommendations for visualizer. Like now let's talk a little bit about like Anypoint monitoring. Again, like this will do your application performance monitoring, log management, custom metrics, and events. Oh, we have a trivia question now. Let's look at the question. Do we have answers yet?
I'm coming off of mute. We are answers, so we usually give them a few seconds to give answers. So far, the responses are all unanimous, and nope, I'm wrong. We have a few other people. So most of the responses right now, Aravind, are the letter A for architecture.
Okay.
Is that
that's
correct?
the right answer.
That is the right answer. So we have a winner. The winner is Anil. I'm probably going to mess the pronunciation of this last name wrong, right? Anil Bethapudi. If you could just DM us your email address, we could send you the link to the voucher. While we are here, we have a question from somebody. Is it possible to assign a layer name in Visualizer, I assume, in CI/CD in runtime fabric deployments? In runtime fabric deployments.
But you do use any deployment model, your layers are going to be the same, isn't it? I mean, it falls under those three. Either it will be a system layer or a process layer or an experience layer.
Yeah, it would just be part of your CI/CD. I know we did this at one of my customers. We would add that to our CI/CD deployment in Azure DevOps is what we did.
Yeah, and I mean, I think like you can give a name which is like which your customer likes it to name it in a different way, but essentially like it will fall into those three categories: system, process, or experience. Hope
Great.
I answered your question.
Yes, that person hasn't responded yet, but that was one of the questions. So again, Anil, if you could just DM us your email address, we will send you the appropriate thing. Oh, we got it. Okay, awesome.
Let's
march forward.
Yep. Hey, I mean, like MuleSoft offers two different types of licensing. One is your platinum, and then the other one is the titanium license. With platinum license, you get, I mean, these are different kinds of monitoring you can do: application performance monitoring, log management, custom metrics and events, and then monitoring infrastructure. Okay, so with respect to your application performance monitoring, you can do application metrics, application functional monitoring, and then basic alerting. And then when it comes to log management, you can do basic logging and then basic log search. And with custom metrics and events, you can do some basic custom dashboards. And then when it comes to monitoring infrastructure, it will be a shared monitoring infrastructure. And then this is, I mean, plus you get in your Titanium version, you get Platinum Plus. With respect to application performance monitoring, you can also get connector metrics. You can get flow metrics. You can get advanced alerting, and you can also do the reports. And then with respect to log management, you get distributed log management, advanced log search, codeless logging, log warehousing, and then log tokenization. With custom metrics, like, you can make some advanced dashboards, and then you can do different kinds of custom metrics. You can have your dedicated log monitoring infrastructure, high frequency data collection, and increased data storage capacity, and custom data retention and location also can be set up on this one. Trivia question 2. What permissions is required to create views and make customizations to existing views in Anypoint Visualizer?
We're starting to get some answers on the screen. And then we also have a question for you. Most of the answers are the letter B, Visualizer Editor.
That's the correct answer.
That is the correct answer. So our winner is Sharan Raju DB. Congratulations. Please go ahead and DM us your email address. The question we have is regarding the metrics. I think this is applying to monitoring. Are the metrics on an app level, or can you have an aggregated view? This person's deployment has over 200 APIs, and yeah, he's right. It is at least 200 APIs. Individual views don't have a lot of value. So can you aggregate the metrics, or is it just at the app level?
I think you can do aggregation, but I probably have to look up a little more deeper, but then I think you can do aggregation. And then, like, when you search your logs, you will be searching holistically, right? And at that point of time, you can actually create, yeah, you can certainly do it for, like, all your APIs, and you can also do as a groups, like, I mean, you can group your APIs and then come up with metrics on top of that. But I'll have to look up on that, and then probably may need to write a little bit of custom code, but I think it's possible.
Okay, so I happen to know the
I'm
person.
I'm not sure about out of the box, but then you can certainly do some customization. Sorry, Brian.
So basically the answer is this came from Milo, and we believe it's possible, but we'll get you a more definitive answer. Okay. Onward.
Let's talk about, like, application performance monitoring. Here you can get application metrics like what is my inbound traffic, what is my outbound traffic statistics, how they look like, and then application performance data, message failures, JVM insights, and infrastructure statistics. And in the flow, we can actually measure, like, look at, like, 14 plus different flow level metrics. Application can have multiple flows, pinpoint poor responding flows quickly, and then this will basically help you a lot when you are actually fixing something, and then, like, to improve performance and all of that good stuff. And then you can also look at, like, the connector level metrics. It enables you to get a deep visibility into what exactly is happening, and track metrics across all your flows, and understand the system and endpoint specific behavior. I mean, connector types, we have Salesforce, database, FTP, HTTP, object store, and all of them, and the rest of them. And you can do basic alerting. I mean, like, you can get message count, error count, response time, CPU utilization, memory utilization, thread count, and all of that good stuff. And so you can do about 50 basic alerts per org, and 100 up to 100 basic alerts per org. So that is, I mean, based on your licensing, those are the limits on your alerts. And you have some advanced alerts are built and tied to custom dashboard graphs, and then, like, you can track the trends and create alerts triggered on based on different conditions, identify and address abnormal behaviors, and then do a fix for that. Quickly pinpoint issues in your network, and up to 20 advanced alerts per org. And then these are all different conditions, like, both, I mean, these are the different basic level alert conditions. And then you have some advanced conditions, like, where metric measured in a custom dashboard. And then both Platinum and Titanium support your runtime manager application alert conditions. I mean, these we have all seen while we are deploying our applications and then setting up the basic alerting and things like that. And then in the API manager, you can get the request count, response codes, and then you can do analysis depending on if the response codes, like, how many 200s you have or 201s you have, and like, how many 4xx and 5xx errors you have, and then what is my response time, and also what policies are being violated. So those are some of the things you can certainly. And you can create a report, like, basically compare application health and performance, quickly and easily analyze resource utilization, sort, adjust time range, and then drill down. So those are some of the features it provides, actually. And then this is how your functional monitoring will look like. Measure API performance in real time, ensure application network uptime, and prevent system failures before they happen. This is really something very, very helpful when you are using Anypoint monitoring. I really like this because I don't want to see failures happening in my system. I want to prevent them upfront and then make sure that, like, my systems are running clean and then always up and running. So, and let's talk a little bit about custom metrics and events. So basic custom dashboards is like, visualize your application data in how you want to look at your data. I mean, whether you can customize your dashboard based on 60 plus different metrics, which comes out of the box. Okay. Provide instant visibility into performance of your applications. Run detailed analysis of your network. So that's what these custom metrics and events will bring onto the table. And then you can actually set up I mean, there is a business events connector is there, and you can use something specific to create a sales metric, and then you can define all the different aspects, like, what you want to measure. And then you can create a metric, and then you can also dynamic values for event specific insight, and configure using an out of the box connector. You get a connector for this one. And also you can track and optimize your business and API programs, track impact of APIs on your business performance in real time, create business facing dashboards. These are really, everybody, I mean, who is sitting at the top want to look at, like, how the applications are doing, how my API network is doing, what is the value add it is bringing onto table, how many APIs are up and running, what is it doing, and then how many messages are, I mean, they don't look at, like, how many messages are flowing, but it at least gives them, like, okay, the health of the applications is all going good, and those kind of things. Leverage insights to optimize your business and API programs. Let's talk a little bit about log management. I mean, like, like I mentioned, you have basic logging, which provides you with basic logging and then basic log search. I mean, we all have done this in our runtime logs. Okay. CloudHub usually stores up to 100 megs of data in a log file, and or, like, it basically stores the data for up to 30 days, whichever whichever limit reaches first. After that, like, you don't see that data. So there is no log aggregation here, right? And next we talk about, like, distributed log management. This is where, like, you can search many different APIs together. You can use a query builder to filter log data, view and aggregated logs of multiple Mule applications, quickly pinpoint the root cause of your problem. And it also provides you with advanced search capabilities, and then you can save your searches. Also, it supports codeless logging, meaning, like, generate logs real time via configuration only, and then reduce application complexity by replacing code with the configuration, extract data from outside Anypoint via proxies, and also search logs across all logs with log management. So those are some of the things it provides. And we also have the log warehousing, like, you can build, I mean, you are putting all the logs into a warehouse kind of a tier. And then when you search, like, it will basically get your old logs, and then it will basically do a very comprehensive search across all your logs. So that's what it basically enables auditing, security, and compliance. And this is one of the interesting features, and then I really like this. Um, bring a bank grade level of security to your logs, supplement encryption in transit and at rest, because you can actually encrypt your data and then store it in your log. I mean, this is a great solution for your PII and PHI and sensitive data and multi-cloud, and removes sensitive log data from the scope of compliance. So this is a very good feature, and I think, like, this is a big value add, actually, in my view. And this is something about dedicated. I mean, how we do, what kind of monitoring infrastructure it provides. Base Anypoint Monitoring Platinum is hosted on state infrastructure. Customer data is isolated via multi-tenancy constructs, and data is stored in US East, North Virginia. And again, the log limit is about, like, 100 megs per application per worker. And this is all, like, it gives you choice of geographical storage location, flexible hyperscale data storage, like 200 gigs, or, like, per prod core, and then 50 gigs per pre-prod core. If required, you can also buy storage up to 1 terabyte, and then contact MuleSoft support and things like that. Trivia question 3. Brian, do we have answers?
They are coming online right now. Somebody wrote down number 2. I don't know if we qualify that one or not. Otherwise, we have actually everybody. Nope, he guessed twice. Okay, so we have B. All of them have been selected. All 3 of them have been selected. So, what is the correct answer then?
Answer is C.
Answer is C. So the winner is. Oh, I'm going to totally mess this one up. Higawit R.
Okay.
You answered twice, but that's okay. You gave the same answer, so that's fine. So Higawit, if you can go ahead and DM us your email, that would be great.
All right, fantastic.